was amazing.
And Chapelle's shows, did you do any of his shows?
I did all of them in Austin. We did them all together at Stubbs Amphitheater.
That's right. Well, he invited me out to
Yellow Springs.
Yellow Springs. And besides being in his world, which is wild, you know, Chapelle land, being able to do shows there in this cornfield, you know, and other comedians are just, last time I saw Bob Saget, I got to see him one more time. And we were all together again, and, you know, it was really something. It was great.
Yeah, there was something special. The shows that we did in Stubbs, like Dave called me up and he said, "Hey, let's do comedy." You know, and it's like, let's just test everybody. It'll cost a lot of money and take a lot of time, but it'll be a lot of fun. And we did it, and they were some of the most magical moments ever, because while we were there, we're like, oh, I can't believe we're doing this. This is really happening.
Yes, I really didn't think it would happen, at least for a very long time. And there I am with Dave and Michelle Wolf, and we're talking jokes.
Like tapping into electricity?
I'm not with you.
I think he just kind of like told people what to invent. Like he just kind of came in like, I want my whole music collection in that phone. Get on it! And then all these nameless, faceless guys made it happen.
Yeah.
And then they have the big nerd concert and he goes out there by himself. No belt, you know, sneakers on. I just didn't buy it.
It's the craziest rant.
It isn't though.
Craziest rant.
I don't like, and the way
Do I walk out on this show with all the writers and stuff? No, and I never will.
All right. But you don't. Just the way he advertised. Jesus, Gandhi, me. I just thought that was a little. The first one never worked, and 4 months later, all right, here he is. Here's the one that worked. Yeah, it bugged me. Geez, you'd think I was like trashing the president or something. You guys are really like pulling back.
It's worse than that for people. Everyone's got an iPhone, you know?
Hey, look. No, I can't say that. I was gonna say he's gone. They still came out with another one, right? That's true, right? Oh.
Yeah.
And Dave would just host the shows and just be really like a comedy club host, like talking to the crowd and just doing silly bits. I loved watching him. And then we'd all go to his crazy barn and just everybody would dance, and it was nuts. It was crazy.
No, he's doing it right. Yeah. He's an unusual person in the greatest sense ever.
I had this one moment of Chapelle that tells me like who he is inside, deep inside. You know, he's a public guy and he's had a varied and complex life, but this is who he is to me. I was after one of the shows in Yellow Spring, he has like this, you know, a big, like his own little nightclub with a DJ station and a bar, and everybody went there afterwards. And they're playing really loud music. It's mostly black people. And me and Noam, who owns the Comedy Cellar, were sort of standing. We were the two wallflowers kind of just watching, you know. And these guys, they're in a mob just dancing to all kinds of music. Nirvana at one point, old hip-hop, new, you know, weird Alanis Morissette, just anything.
Yeah.
And they're dancing, and I look at Chapelle, and he's got his kind of half-lidded, he's smoking and red eyes, and he's watching. And at one point, he just went into the middle of the crowd of people, and he just started pushing them like this. And he made a circle. He just gently shoved people, and he made them clear a circle. And then there's a lot of kids around, and there was this little black girl with very skinny, this little skinny girl, and he just took her by the hand and put her in the middle of the circle, and then he backed off, and then she started dancing and everyone went wild and just watched her do this. He saw this. I watched him decide this. I'm going to make this space. I'm going to put this little black girl in it. And then he just backed off and he just sort of was pleased at what he created. It was an unbelievable moment.
He's the guy who taught me to listen to music before you go on stage. He has a playlist that he plays, and he would always bring these big JBL boom boxes with him everywhere. And I started bringing one on the road with me too, because it sets a tone for like the green room. But when we were doing these shows at Stubbs, he was listening to this one Nina Simone track, and he would listen to it over and over.
What was it? Do you know what the song was?
I wish I could remember, but we were blasted.
Yeah.
We were out of our minds. We were so stoned and so drunk. But it was just to see him take in this art, to see him take in this Nina Simone song. He had like his eyes closed and he was like smoking a cigarette, and you know, and he would go, hold on, just listen to this one part right here. Listen to this one part, and he'd like play it again, like, oh man.
Yeah, he's a great appreciator of life.
No, he loves art too. He's he has a deep respect for people's creations. You know, like to the bone. Like he really loves it. Really loves doing it. You know, he really loves creating it, really loves listening to it. It's like he's doing it right. He's doing it right, and he's doing it in his own vibe. You know, he's got his own sort of space that he's created, his own vibration.
That's a hard thing to have right now. So
yeah.
You know,
Well, he's another one. He doesn't listen to shit. He's not reading social media. He doesn't have anything on his phone. He doesn't nothing. You know.